Welcome back to Unfiltered Unspoken Podcast. And we told y'all we are going to keep sharing life experiences. And this is another first time podcaster and another different testimony. We have MiQueen, transgender woman that is about to let it go and share her testimony. You go by her, right?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank
Yeah.
y'all for having me. Glory be to God.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, so
Yes,
really quick, I have a
it
question,
is.
my queen. Do you consider yourself her or how? Tell us. We want to make sure we get it right.
Well,
Can
my
you hear me?
pronouns are her, she.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes, my pronouns are she, her, not they, them, or he, him. It is she, and I'm her.
All right. If you can come up and introduce yourself, and then Sid is going to kick off the first question. We're going to get right on into this.
Alrighty. So, hello. My name is Mike Queen Divine. I am 30 years old. I'm a transgender African American woman. I live in Saginaw, Michigan. I'm a caregiver, I'm a hairstylist, and I also am a spiritual leader for those who seek help. And I'm here today to discuss about my journey of dealing with healing from domestic violence situations and also what it is to be able to come out of those situations and be stronger at the end, and also be able to be a testimony for somebody else. Hopefully, that it inspire them and change them and make a difference in their life. So that's why I'm here today.
Thank you again for joining us. As we do with all of our guests, we want to start off at the beginning with you. What was life like growing up? What was your home structure like? Um, Parents, siblings, or if you experienced any trauma during those adolescent years?
Woo! All right, let's jump in there. So how being transgender was very rough. I don't even want to jump straight to being transgender. It started off being gay. Um, I didn't know I was gay. I just knew I was different from everybody else. I knew I liked the boys a little more than girls. I always thought the girls was cute, but I thought they were like cute, like, oh, she got a ball red in her hair. I would wear a ball red in my hair, like almost like adoration, admiring them. But with guys, it was more so like, oh, he's cute. I kiss him. Let's play house, you know? And every time we play house, I will always want to be mama. I'm mama. And I remember when I was like around 5, maybe between 3 and 5, somewhere in there. I was in my mom's room and I was putting on her heels and I was walking in these heels and I was very determined because we had some long stairs that wrapped around. And I was determined to walk in these heels. I didn't know why, but I was just real determined. I wanted to test myself, see, like, can you walk in these heels without falling? Let's see. And then I did it. I got to the balance stair, and I'm like, these stairs is be another little trick because I can't fit these shoes. And I already didn't walk this far, but I could do it because I got that far. I can do it. I can make down these stairs. I did. I got to like third stair and I bust my head. But long story short, it was at that age that I knew I want to be like a pretty girl. I'm a little. I know at that age I was definitely different. I didn't know what transgender was, but I know that I was definitely different. And I never expressed that with anybody. I didn't know how they would take that. I come from a Christian background, and my parents weren't the most important for understanding. Not as I got older, but as a child, I got bullied a lot. I really didn't have to worry about side, of course, going to have their little words or differentiates about the situation. But the things that really touched me and hurt me were at home, where I would have to deal with being harassed, where so it was in, I don't know if y'all remember, but it was a phase where guys could wear skinny jeans. And that's when I was just coming into high school. I think that was my freshman year. And so skinny jeans was the thing, and everybody had some skinny jeans, and I was so happy because I'm like, okay, I can kind of get away with like expressing myself without having to explain myself, and so it was cool as long as I was straight. But when I came out as gay, oh, it was World War III in the house. I mean, um, I can laugh about it now, but it's like the saying the same thing to make you laugh can make you cry. And in that moment, I was tore up because I was getting my clothes damaged in front of my face. I'm having contacts getting thrown away in my face. I'm getting clothes, putting mustard on to where I can't wear these clothes no more. And it was really crazy for me because I have an uncle that is also gay. And in my head as a child, I'm like, okay, I'm analyzing everything around me because I don't want to be the type. I didn't want to be the type of person that just jumped out of there and just did this risk. And I don't really know what I'm getting into. I kind of wanted to get my feet wet and know like, what was your experience? Okay, well, what was your relationship? So knowing that my mom had a gay brother, it was like, okay, maybe this walk might be a little bit easier for me. I might have a little more support. Opposite. It was total opposite. Um, my uncle wasn't there for me. He was actually kind of was a little bit jealous of me because I was a little bit more bold about the moves that I made. And my mom, she was more so like a cause and effect. Like, I guess when she was in high school with my uncle, they used to get into fights and stuff because of his sexuality, which I don't, still to this day, I don't believe it's true, but that's what I heard. But neither here nor there, I thought that by me having another gay uncle would make my life, and that by being my uncle, I would thought that it would be a little bit more of a unconditional experience of love with that, especially with that situation, but it wasn't. Um, and I'm thankful for all of the situations. That's why I can laugh
Can I,
now. Thank
my queen,
you.
my queen?
Mm-hmm.
Can I jump in real quick? I wanna go back a little
Yeah.
bit. So when you were you bullied through your whole entire school years, or were you bullied when you came out and said, "Hey, I'm gay"?
Um, I don't know. That's, I mean, for me, honestly, that's like a trick question because um, the way my family dynamic is, my mom married my stepdad. They got together when I was 2 years old, and my sister was conceived when I was four. And so it wasn't until I got older that I knew that we were step siblings, but I don't. It was kind of weird because at a time I noticed that like as I like got around the age of, because I knew at 5 that I was trans, but I noticed around like maybe a few years later after that, maybe like 6, 7, before puberty, I really realized that it was a difference from how they treated us. So me being gay or trans didn't make that no better. So um, in a sense, I kind of want to say yeah. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it abuse. I would kind of call it like emotional neglect. I mean, it's kind of sticky because I'm still processing everything now because it's a lot of stuff that happened in my childhood that I don't want to believe that these people put me through this or this is their intentions or this how they really felt about me. But as I'm processing it as an adult, I can't help but to call a thing a thing. So I would have to say, I guess, yeah, I was bullied majority of my childhood.
Instances were you bullied, or mistreated, because of the way that you chose to live. What are some specific examples or some significant ones for you, that just kind of trigger you when you think about them?
Uh, I remember much comics or um, my dad trying to fight me because I put a headband on my head, or I remember getting snatched out of school, being in a school play, and because I had on makeup, being in drama class, I got snatched out of drama class. Uh, Being in hair school, I was in a program where you could start cosmetology school in the 11th grade and be done by your senior year. Um, that got stopped because uh, I was too good, and that became a problem because now now I'm proving you wrong. So a lot of what was supposed to break me made me stronger. Because a lot of stuff that was done to me, it wasn't done because there was anything wrong with me. It was done because you just didn't understand it.
Um, I want to ask, when you came out in school, were you bullied in school and at home?
I was bullied at home more than at school. At school, I'm a very outgoing person. I went to several different schools just for that purpose because my parents thought that schools were going to make me gay or make me gayer, or I don't really know. But I dealt with it more so at home. I didn't really deal with it at school. I mean, like I said, of course, people said little things or whatnot, but those situations didn't really bother me because it's like in the hallway, somebody might say something, that's on you. Yes, you choose to let it stick to you or you let it rub off on you. Or you stick to you or you rub off on you. So, most of the time I just let it rub off because 9 times out of 10 it was somebody who liked me.
Mhm. And your screen went black again. I just wanted to let you know.
I don't know why. I'm not even touching it.
Yeah, it went black again. But we're gonna keep going. We keep talking. Um,
Okay.
I wanted to ask, when did you just being out in uh, society, how did people make you feel? Were they judgmental? Were you put in a stereotype bucket? Um, can you talk a little bit about that?
Majority of the time, honestly, people don't know until I open my mouth. So I don't get the that's a man and big scene or anything like that. Even if some people do catch little things or something, um, I still get like it was one time I was at the gas station and the guy came to me. He was like, I know what you is, but you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Other other times, and it also depends on the environment too. Because when I first started transitioning, I was down south. People are already welcoming there, so my first beginning of my journey was really welcoming. But as I got up closer up here up north, where people are not really as accepting, and people know me um, before transition, um, I think it was like a reality shock kind of for some people because some people get excited. I get a lot of different reactions, and even like I said, like the negative ones I get, like even when I do get them, it's never like I feel like my life is in danger. Um, I feel like in this lifestyle I live, the only time that I really feel like my life is in danger is if I put it in there. That's when I'm being dishonest and deceitful and trying to be something that I'm not, or lying about who I am and what I am. And I feel like if you don't put yourself in certain situations, you'll have to deal with certain things, and that's just how I live my life. But when I come across people, I think by the confidence that I have, people would have no choice but to respect it.
Do you remember the moment that you decided that being a gay male wasn't it wasn't the end game for you? When did you make that switch? Into actually living as a woman. In your day to day, in your appearance, in your identity. What was that moment like for you? When you finally decided.
Um, I think it was my relationship when I was in Texas. I was dating a trans girl, and in that relationship, I really was sad and depressed with myself, and I was very narcissistic, and I just wanted somebody there, but I wanted somebody there. I wanted somebody to love, and I wanted to pour my love into somebody, but I really didn't care if they loved on me or not because I didn't know what I was, who I was, so I didn't know what love to me was because people have their own definitions of what love is to them and what it feels like and looks like to them. And I didn't know what that was because I didn't know who I was, so I can't tell you how to love me because I don't even know who I am. And I was seeking that in. I was just letting it just constantly just go down further, further, further. And it was until we broke up and how we broke up and everything that I realized this is me. This is a me problem. This is not you, they, them, they, anything like that. This is a me problem. And I actually, as I think I was in my second year of my transition, I started to go out and apologize. I don't know why my phone keep doing that. But I went and apologized to um, different people who I had dated or friends who I had projected, me not being happy with myself and damaging a lot of relationships and burning a lot of bridges um, that I had with people because I wasn't happy with myself. And I realized that by me not being happy with myself, I was either gonna be in two places, dead or in jail. And I want to be in one of the places, but I just realized that for myself, it wasn't anything that nobody could tell me. Um, and I didn't want to, I didn't accept being transgender for a long time because God revealed it to me a long, 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 long ago. It was just the idea of will somebody love me? Will somebody like me? Will I find my person? And I had to take a deep breath and say, girl, if you can't find you, how they gonna find you? So I had to save myself.
I wanted to ask, dating, um, dating, before you, went transgender. How was that? How did people look at that? Did they give you a hard time? Um,
uh, when when I was a boy, I didn't have a hard time. I think I had a harder time um, dating when I first transitioned because I feel like my dating pool kind of knew that I was still getting comfortable within myself. So that's in the beginning is where it's kind of like really rocky for me. My dating life was like really rocky because I was still trying to feel myself and get a idea of what type of woman am I, who am I. Yeah, so at the beginning of my transition was the most difficult time in my dating experience because I think I was still feeling up myself and I didn't know who or what I liked. I didn't know, like I said, once again, what type of girl I wanted to be, woman at that time. So I went through like puberty and then womanhood really quick. But so everything happened like really fast for me, which I didn't mind because I wasn't really trying to rush. I had really went into a like a hermit type of situation where I was kind of happy to not deal with anybody. I really wanted to stay by myself. Yes, so I went into a hermit.
Up, sorry, y'all. Sorry, that was I don't know how to. Honest to God, I did not press anything. I do not know how that thing works. I'm not even in that area. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry.
um, yeah, so at that time period, I had went into like at the beginning of my transition, like the first 2 years, I started. I went into a hermit mode where I went into praying more, meditating, working out, eating better, and really trying to like not trying, but drawing closer to God so I can understand like where I'm going, um, what type of moves that I needed to make because, like I had said before, I knew that this was the push that God was giving me, but I just wanted to make sure that in the push that He was giving me, I was moving in the direction of how He wanted me to move, because obviously He had a purpose for me. Because in my younger days, and even before I got to my transition, I had tried to kill myself maybe 3 times. One was a pill attempt, and another was drowning, and another was hanging myself, and each time it just would not work. And so I had wrote letters and everything out to my family and let them know how I felt and what I was going through at that time period. And I was really angry with God because I had prayed not to be gay, I had fast not to be gay, um, I had stopped hanging with certain people to not be gay, and it was just something that I could not shake. And so I'm like, well, at this point, I don't want to be here no more because this is a miserable life to live, to sit up here and not want to be this way, but you are this way, and you fighting against it, but it's just not making sense. And only reason why it don't make sense is because it don't make sense to everybody else, and you trying to make sense of why it don't make sense to everybody else, but it makes sense to you. So, being a individual, being different is something that I have struggled with all my life. But in the beauty of all of that, I found me. I found my strength. I found why I was different. I found the reason for being different. I realized the strength behind being different. And being able to not be a bandwagon and move when somebody wants you to move, talk how somebody wants you to talk, walk how somebody wants you to walk, but being able to stand on your own 2 feet as an independent individual and say, hey, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, you don't have to love it. You can choose yourself to not be around me, and I can choose not to be around you. But I'm still gonna love you. You don't have to not love me, but I'm not gonna stop being who I am so you can sleep good at night. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be at its fullest potential so I can sleep good at night.
Absolutely. And you told us, you live out in Michigan, which by no means is one of the popular, places for you to be, as a transgender woman. So, at the beginning of your transition, what was your kind of support system, your network? Like, who's teaching you how to do this? Who is guiding you through this process? Showing you the ropes, what to do, safe places to go, where you guys congregate, like how did that story come about? And where did you find that network for yourself?
Well, I think it was I was going into my senior year, but I was 17, going on 18, so I was grown, feeling myself, and I had ended up dating a guy who was way older than me, and um, I got my feet wet in the gay community, and at that time they were working on setting up a gay house which has a mother and a father, and you walk different categories, and they take their children in, they support them, and they show them the way, and they basically a nice way to network, and also another form of love and support outside of family. And so for me, I wasn't big on that because I love my family so much. Even though I knew I was different, I just loved them so much I could never call somebody mom and really be like, that's my mom, or be that's dad, and really be. Maybe the sister and brother thing was maybe a little different because um, as we grew up in our generation, we all had bros and sisters, like even in school. So that was something that was kind of like more feasible at the time for my mental. And it was one lady when I stepped into that crowd. It was one lady who I didn't know was trans, and for me, it just had me gagging because I was just like, no way. She's a what? She a what? I slap you for lying to that lady right now. Like, she was so beautiful to me, and I couldn't clock it at all. And so for me, that was like she was inspiration for me, and I was like, okay, if I wanted to be anything, I wanted to be something like her, because for me, when my mom and my parents used to ask me, "Do you want to be a girl?" I didn't hear. I didn't wasn't knowledgeable about trans. I was more so like, "Oh, you want me to be a man linebacker and girl? I can't do that. That's not cute. That's not what I want to give when I present myself." So for me, I was like, "Ew, no." Instead, I played for my mental all the way into into my adulthood until I got educated on what this was and what that was. Because for a long time, if I was to see something other than a homosexual man, it would be, a drag queen or a cross dresser, and those things wasn't really up my alley either because I'm not into the. No, not knocking anybody who is into that, but I'm not into the. For me, I'm not into the beard and hair and nails and things. That's not my thing. I never wanted to be taken as a joke or entertainment. This is who I am. This is my lifestyle. So for me, I did like a sponge. I took certain things in and I gravitated to certain things that I felt were essential to my future and God was calling me to be. But taking that whole lifestyle and saying, yeah, I'm going to be in that gay community and be fluid instead of third, that was never my thing because who I wanted to be, I never wanted to be um, always taken serious.
Okay. Is she staticking to you said? Yeah, it broke up. Let me see. My queen.
Yeah,
My queen. Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay, you broke up a little bit. I want to ask really quick. This may be a touchy topic, and I hope this thing do not static once we get to the. Did you encounter? Can you hear me, my queen?
Now I can. Yes.
Okay. Did you encounter a lot of down low brothers?
Who? Yes, I've had my share. I still have my share. I don't like to deal with them now, but I definitely have had my share. They are a good time. They are a good time, but they're a good time. They are good for like just what I just said. A good time. It's nothing worse, nothing less. Because as a trans woman, for me, once again, I just feel like I am not appreciating who I am and the journey that I take, getting up every day, being true to myself and what that takes by dating somebody or having sex with somebody for a one night stand that can't even be honest with who they are. They gotta they gotta hide to come in your house, they gotta hide to get in your car, they gotta hide to even be seen with you, period. So it also comes with a lot of drama that I'm not just for. I'm not that girl. I value myself a little bit more than to be that girl.
Are there a lot of down low brothers? We want to know.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I will say they are. I mean, honestly, I don't really feel like there is a gender. I feel like we have our picks to choose what we like, but I feel like if it all came down to it, we all have had that thought. I was having this conversation with one of my straight friends the other day, and he was saying, "Well, yeah, I'm not gay. I ain't never did nothing gay in my life. This, and the third." I said, "I'm not saying that you gay, but I definitely wouldn't say that every man that I come across is definitely just straight. Now I know some men that are comfortable in their sexuality, and like I said, what they like, and some women that's comfortable in their sexuality, what they like, and." I don't believe in converting. I don't believe in anything like that. I believe that some people are closed minded to ideas. I believe that some people have allowed people to project a lot of what they think and what they feel to be a um, example of their lives. Like I know, for example, I have some family members who got married just because mom and dad want to see you get married, or because you need to have kids, or you need to have a degree to be successful. So a lot of stuff that's poured and projected on you are products of who you are as an adult. And for me, I don't really feel like sexuality is really a thing. I really feel like everybody is pansexual because I feel like people love and are attracted to how a person makes them feel, how they treat them, how a person carries themselves. And it might not always come how you like it or what you think it should look like. And that's where I'm at right now. I can speak that for everybody, but I just really feel like people make sexuality more than what it is, because I really feel like when it comes to um, somebody loving you and being there for you, I don't think that necessarily should have a gender on it, because somebody could love you better than the next, and you about to go opportunity because you close minded. But that's just my opinion.
It is what it is. It's the nature of sexuality, and what that actually is. Uh, but what did I want to ask? How throughout this time, even though um, you may have not gotten the reception you needed from your family, and the support you needed from your family. Now that you're, a little deeper into your journey and your transition, has anything changed, as far as how they treat you or, your relationship with them? Has anybody gotten any more accepting or, just not trying to relive, who you were in the past?
Well, if you would have asked me that question a few months ago, I would have told you, "Oh yeah, there's something in, But I'm not even gonna say they're not accepting. I think that I'm tolerated, And I'm in a point in my life where I'm 30 years old. We done been down this road. We done jumped over this horse. I feel like we done ripped the band-aid off, put it back on, and ripped it off again. And at this point, I feel like they do a lot of stuff out of guilt, because it's been a lot of stuff that's been done and said over the years that now that I'm like I said, an adult, certain family members are seeing it and they're like, well, that's not cool and that's not right. And I appreciate people speaking up for me, but I have a backbone to myself, and I don't want nobody to ever feel bad for me. And I do appreciate uh, putting things and judgment where they need to go, but at the same time, you can't force people to take accountability. And at the place where I'm at right now, if you can't take accountability for your actions and what you have done and said, I don't have nothing more for you than a hi and bye. And if you need me, hopefully I'm available to be there for you. But if not, I'm not going on my way to either.
And I want to ask, I want to go back because this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And you mentioned that you have been through domestic violence. And I think that's important because some people think that domestic violence could be man and woman. But it's important, even through the LGBT community, to bring awareness that domestic violence is everywhere and anywhere. Can you talk a little bit about your domestic situation and some of the things that you went through?
Ooh. Um, well, hold on. Give me one second. I need to take off my Apple Watch so I can show y'all. This scar on my wrist
We can't even see you.
is from. You can see me.
No, the screen is black.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have a scar on my wrist,
Well,
on my left wrist.
if you want to take a picture and send it to me, I can pull it up.
Okay. Um, but yes, I have a scar on my left wrist, and it is due to my ex throwing the mirror at me while I am trying to leave him. Um, he was apparently cheating on me while I was being the breadwinner in the household. He didn't want me to leave, so that was his way. I guess his logic at that time of keeping me. And so he threw a mirror at me, and it hit the back of my neck first, and it broke on my arm. Couldn't attend it. And hold on one second.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if you were finished with the piece. Um, was after, with that being said, was there a pattern of dating, people that were violent with you, or, was that kind of lesson learned last time it'll happen again?
Actually, I mean, it was with that specific person. It was done with them, but I as I started to still date, because at that time, domestic violence was really bad when I was a gay male. So it was always a situation where people would cheat on me, and then when I'm ready to go or I one foot out the door, then it's if I can't have you, can nobody can. So it's kind of like that fatal attraction type situation. And I found myself constantly attracting the same type of person. Why? Because I haven't did the work on myself, so I'm still attracting the same spirit, just in a different body. And it was very frustrating for me because, like I said earlier, it made me sink deeper into my depression because I wasn't happy with myself. I was still walking around here, like I said, longing to love somebody, but really by me taking so much abuse, whether it's physical or mental, from other people or to myself, from making myself be in those situations. Um, it was just eating at me deeper and deeper and deeper, and I was just becoming a bitter, toxic person. And it wasn't until, like I said, through that relationship with my ex in Texas that I realized that, this is as much hurt as people have done to me, I still sat and allowed this person to do it to me. I still never said, okay, enough is enough. I never paid attention to those stomach nudges or um, taps on the shoulder, little voices at night. That is your intuition. That's my fault for still choosing to dwell in it, because even when this scar came on my arm, when I ran into the bathroom and I was gathering myself, like, this really is going on. Like, I'm really bleeding. Like, a tendon is cut on my arm. I'm leaking blood on my arm. It really hit me at that moment that me and God were talking, and He was basically telling me, "Girl, like, I love you, but this is on you. This is a do or die. You chose to put yourself in this predicament. You chose to put yourself in this situation. I had showed you plenty of times. I showed you who this person was. You knew where this was going. I had to show you what this person was capable of, or you wasn't gonna believe me." And um, that was one of them. I wanted God to mope with me for a second and hear me out, but I really couldn't even expect that, because, like he had said, I did it to myself. It was plenty of times I had beforehand. It was a lot of times that we had fists fought, and it had got to where it could have got to how it got that night. And for me, I was like, okay, all right. I'm gonna take accountability. Even though I didn't do this to myself, I'm going to take accountability for this situation, because I wasn't even supposed to be here still. I was been supposed to be gone. And when we take accountability, that made it easier to forgive him, because some way I had to find some way to forgive him for what he had did. Um, because like I said, I do here. This makes it hard for me to get my money. So I was mad for a long time. And it took for me to realize that, even though it is messed up that he did that, you still allow him to treat you that way. You still didn't make those boundaries. You didn't walk away when it was necessary. You didn't stay gone when you was gone. It was a lot of different things that um, I could have done differently. But sometimes we be dating people who are supposed to be our lesson instead of try to make them our blessing. And had to learn that too. Stop date people who are really supposed to be your assignment. And when this happened to me, uh, I wasn't mad at God. It was almost like a exhale for me, because I was wondering why this, that, and the third was going on. I'm wondering why this relationship not working. I wonder why we take two steps forward, we get knocked 15 back, and I'm thinking that all this time it's me, and it was me, but not in the way I was thinking about it. I'm thinking like, being in this relationship with this guy, yeah, I want to be with him, but um, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not the one with the ambition, so let me get ambition. Maybe I'm not the cutest, so let me work on trying to be the cutest. Maybe I'm not the smartest. Let me try to go and get some books, take some classes. I'm doing all this stuff, but now I realize it takes two to tango. Once again, but you don't love you. You ain't gonna. So I was always fighting with trying to get there, but I was always getting stopped by the same spirit, because I wasn't never doing work on myself. And when like I said, I exhaled for this when this happened. This is like my warrior sky. I call it my warrior sky because um, it didn't make me. It didn't break me. It made me. And it's a constant reminder. of why I'm thankful for knowing my value and the journey that it took for me to know my value, and also that um, if somebody loves you, regardless of who they are, they would never want to put their hands on you. That it should never go this far.
Hmm. And I had threw the picture up, but this is the scar. My
You
queen.
went out. I can't hear you.
Mm. Can you hear me?
I'm gonna come back.
Okay. This is a scar from my queen that she was talking about earlier. So we just wanted to see this is from the glass being thrown and hitting her hand. Okay. So we just showed the scar on your hand.
Okay.
So everyone can see that.
Yeah, but that's a constant reminder of, why it's important to love yourself enough to know when it's time to walk away and to know that, it's time to make this certain boundary with whoever it is. Because it should a confrontation. We should be able to have a disagreement or uh, even an argument and be able to walk away. Even if it's you, be man enough, be woman enough to walk away, because it doesn't. That's a life.
Mm-hmm. I want to add, is Margot said or yours? Fine. Oh, yes. Uh, okay. I want to ask, I want to talk a little bit about your transition, the process of going from male to female. Are you open to
Trans
talking about
female,
that?
trans
Trans
female.
female. I forgot we had this conversation earlier, but it's not me, it's trans female. There's a separate. Can you tell folks your difference in separating that, and then just and if you could talk about the transition from going from
Okay,
male to trans female.
okay. So I'm really specific and particular about that. And excuse me for cutting you off, but I just didn't want to leave that out because I've been battling with that a lot lately, where you have some trans women who are fooling men and saying, "Oh, I'm a female, I'm a female, I'm a female." That makes it harder for me because I have to walk these streets too, and I'm not like her. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Oh, what's up, little? Oh, hey, baby, yeah, I'm trans. Yeah, for you even grab the dough, act like, get out the car. Yeah, beat you to the punch. Matter of fact, I hope somebody in the car with you that know me so they can tell you. So, I take pride in being a trans woman because I don't believe in fooling nobody, and I don't like living no lie. I believe in being very truthful, very honest, and I feel like at the same time, I feel like it's taking respect from an actual woman. I came from a woman, and I'm not gonna act like I'm that same woman. I'm not. I'm trans woman. I can't have kids through no ovaries, through no vagina. That's not happening. We're not going to be delusional. Even if I was to go buy me one tomorrow, it's not a kid coming out of there. So, all that, I'm a girl, I'm a girl. Okay, I'm going to need you to go get a check because you're delusional. Because this is not that. Um, I take pride in being a trans woman because this was a journey. This was a process. There's somebody out there that's gonna love me for every bit of who I am as a trans woman. Not trying to sit up here and act like I'm a girl at night. But um, my journey going into transitioning, I always been a pretty boy. Some people always used to call me from when I was in school until now. Um, I was always what they used to call me, pretty Ricky, pretty Tony, something like that. I was always pretty. I always battle with that too, with guys and girls liking me. So that was also a battle for a long time. Like, what do I like? Cause they both like me. I don't know what to do. Um, I feel like also the hardest part of my transition was really taking that step and realizing if I was gonna do it or not. Because Um, this is not something that you could just, like a light switch in this house. You can't just turn that off and on. It ain't just something that you can say, oh, I'll wake up and be a girl, and then tomorrow I'll be Billy Bob. It don't work like that, you messing with major functions in your your brain, your liver, your kidney, all those things have to get checked on the regular, at least every 3 months. And it's some girls that don't take this lifestyle as serious as that. And it makes it harder for girls like me. So that's why, once again, I'm a big advocate for trans girls. I'm a trans woman, a woman that's proud of the skin that she's in, because you're going to take it or you're going to leave it, baby. um, Also, um, another part that was a little bit, the second part was the medication, getting used to taking a shot. Because I've never been, I know I got a lot of tattoos and stuff, but that's on the surface. That's only going so far. Having to take a needle in your butt every week is a little bit different. It took me about at least 5 months to get used to it, because it was, like I said, it's a every week thing. Uh, that was the second thing that was a little hard to get used to, because it's also like being mindful to still keep up and do it. And then, after 5 months, you kind of get like, okay, you get a little anxious, and it's like, I've been doing this for this long, and I think I should be seeing a little bit more results, and whatnot. So you get a little bit impatient, and so all of it's a prep process. But before all of that, having my therapist was really awesome, because I was able to process a lot of childhood trauma, and also understand that, just because I got on this dress and I got this hair in right now and I got these lashes on and nails and stuff, that don't make you no woman. That don't make you no trans girl. It might help enhance what you already have going on, but it starts inside of here. So my therapist had started me out telling me before I got on hormones, because I was real frantic about, my breast size and my body shape, because I was up and down. Like, I was a skinny boy. I was an up and down boy, and didn't had a bird chest. I didn't have no hips and nothing like that. I was up and down. So I was very just my therapist had told me I need to start dressing in women's clothes, and getting the feel for wearing the tuck and wearing the bra, and seeing how, you know, can I go a day? Can I go a week? Can I go a month? So I went. It was it was a little stressful in the beginning, getting used to tucking. It was a little stressful, but as I made a habit and I was more mindful about, you know, what the next step was and where I was going and the walk that I wanted to live, the walk that I was walking now. Because as I as I as I was on hormones longer, dressing became easier. My body be able to form with what I was wearing, and it became easier to fit in certain clothes and not be so conscientious, because my body was starting to form in that form. So it was a relief, but I'm thankful for having my therapist be educated enough to tell me to do those things, because a lot of therapists don't tell you to do those or urge you to do those things. And it played a huge part in my transition, because it allows me to still go outside in a jogging suit and carry myself like a lady. Some days I don't be caring, especially when I'm in between shots, when I'm in between like needing a shot and about to get one, or I might have missed it a day or so. And I'd be like, "Oh, girl, crash out. We chilling today. Not going for it. T-shirt and a hoodie and a snapback."
Oh wow. So we're almost at time. I just want to ask this, just so the transition from man to transgender woman is painful or discomforting?
uh, I can't really speak on. For me, it was the really like, some of it was some of it was painful, like uh when your body is softening up and breaking down from muscle into tissue. It's a little aggy a little bit, and like your bones and stuff breaking down. That part is a little, but it's not like excruciating. I think it's more so. being mindful that your body is doing that, so you have to get more rest. Because if you don't, then it will be a little bit more strenuous on your body and whatnot. But you have to, when you transition, you have to really pay attention to your body. Like, I got a headache. Girl, you hungry? You ain't ate. Um, even going to the bathroom because your body is changing. Like when I was a boy, I used to hold my pee for a long time. Not I'm a girl. You better go when you get that first urge. It's just
Mm,
it's just a whole different setup.
okay. All right. And how long do you have to take these shots?
I have to take the shots for the rest of my life. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's not something that you just turn on, turn off. Even if I was to say I want to stop today, I would still have to go to my doctor and say, "Hey, I want to stop. I want to reverse. I can't just stop taking it because, that's your heart function, it's your brain, especially when you're years into it, or let alone having surgery, getting that removed. It's a lot because what hormone is going through your body."
Okay, that is a message for anyone that's thinking about transitioning from man to transgender woman. The shots are forever. So
It's
just something
forever.
it's forever.
Yeah,
We're
it's not
almost at
nothing.
yeah. I'm
It's not
sorry.
nothing to talk about. And thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Don't worry yet.
Ah!
We almost we almost at time. So could you give the audience from your personal life experiences, just transitioning through being gay or transgender, just living in life, and going through stereotyping and all the other stuff that comes along with it? What message would you give anyone to be strong and just to get through it?
Well, I came out at 16. I transitioned at 26. And I feel like, I know, I'm not going to say I feel like. I want to tell everybody that it's never too late, for one. Two, I also want to tell you that the truth will set you free. It will set you free. It set me free. I'm an example. So if you need me, let me know. Because the truth will set you free. And it's not good to be locked up in a cage because you're only hurting yourself. And hurt people hurt people. So don't hurt the ones that you love them, hiding who you are.
What would you say to the down low brothers playing games with females?
I would tell them to be careful because karma is a bee. You know, you do all this fooling and trickery, and you might find out one woman that you fall in love with, and she might be trans. But guess what? Now you're the secret. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful how you live in your life. You have to be careful in decisions that you make. And I just lost a friend behind, um, living that type of lifestyle because this lifestyle also has a dark side to it. It's not all butterflies and sugar cookies and all. It's also a dark side too, as well, where it goes into prostitution and all that other stuff too. So, what I want to urge everybody is to live in your truth, so that way you can see tomorrow. Because we all think that we are going to wake up tomorrow, but not if you always living deceitful and not truthful.
That's powerful.
Yeah,
As we like to do with all of our guests, we want to give you a chance to participate in
I
shameless
can't hear
plug.
her.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
That is so weird. Okay. I'm gonna mimic Sid. Go, this is the time that we would like for you to participate in shameless plug. Your information is scrolling across the bottom. Let the audience know how to reach out to you, contact you if you have anything coming up, events or your business. let the audience know. And I cannot say that like City said, girl. It's totally different. She got that part.
I know it looked like she was so ready, and that's why I'm like, oh, I'm so mad I missed it. But yes, I'm my queen divine. I came in the building to let it be known, what trans girls go through. My version. I could be located on Facebook. Am I queen divine? Also, Instagram divine. My queen, and also Snapchat divine king. Also, I do hair. I do cosmetics. I do makeup. I also do traveling CNA work. So if your girl need a diaper changed, I got her. You need your makeup did, I got you. You need your hair twisted, I got you too, boo. I dabble in some designing too. So if you need me to touch up that dress, bring it out, tuck it in, whatever it is, I'm the girl for it. But yes, I'm Jack many trades. Or if you just want to give me and talk about, experiences or how to get over certain things or forgive, or if you're struggling somewhere in life, or if you need somebody to talk to you about suicide or what I did to help me besides having family, because I always didn't have family and support around. I really had to grow up quick. So I'm here. I'm your girl for it, my queen divine.
Thank Thank you for tuning into Divine, my queen, Divine Hope, right there. Thank you for tuning into Unfiltered Unspoken Podcast, where we're going to continue to share life experiences. Ain't that right, City said?
That's right.
That's right. And as you've seen today, we have had our first transgender woman on Unfiltered Unspoken Podcast.
Woo
Please pay
woo.
attention because people really hide these secrets, and there are a lot of download folks. So we are bringing awareness, and my queen was very honest about this. So don't be naive when someone tell you they may be down low. You better investigate. And you heard it here.
Okay.
Okay. You heard it here on Unfiltered Unspoken Podcast. Tune in each and every Monday at 8 p.m. ET. We may be making a little shifts and hitting live. Me and City said we'll talk about that. So we may be releasing
Ew.
some stuff on Wednesdays. We have not confirmed, but we're gonna put it in the air. So go to YouTube and search Unfiltered Unspoken Podcast. You're gonna see the green and purple U. That is me and City said. You will see our face up there too. But please come like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube. It's free. Once we hit our followers, it will be able to support. Part of the proceeds will go to supporting a nonprofit organization, The Good Fight. We'll see you soon. Peace.